Are you ready to scale your business in a way that's aligned with your soul and profitable? I'm Casey Rossi, a business and leadership coach. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 30 years and love business. I help conscious leaders increase their impact and optimize their lives. Join me each week for tips and deep conversations on cultivating confidence, increasing your visibility, elevating your vibration, and leading with purpose without burning out. Let's go. I hope today's episode finds you well with a smile on your face. Today, I'm going to be talking about why gratitude is a must to be a rock star in your life. So today, I started out with meditation like I always do, and then I proceeded to do a little dance routine. And when I was waltzing around, I looked out the window to see an enormous amount of deer frolicking around as well. And they were so happy and in the moment. It had rained overnight and it was the perfect setting of freshness and a feast of clover for them. It really made me stop and acknowledge that nature always provides. And honestly, later on came a flock of turkeys, a mama and 3 of her little babies, enjoying in such a similar way. In fact, you can see some videos on my personal Facebook page if you're curious and want an instant smile on your face, especially if you turn up the sound, because you can hear my music and my workout prompts in the background, which makes it completely hilarious. So I invite you to check that out. It really got me thinking. It got me thinking how blessed I am. And I want to clarify because I think sometimes when we even see somebody put like, ooh, feeling blessed with a little angel emoji, sometimes it just feels like we're seeing the highlight reel or we're just seeing like this glossy version of only the, just like extra moments. And that's not really what I'm talking about at all. I personally live a very simple life in a cabin in the woods. I have a tight inner circle. I am not into excess. If anything, I lean towards minimalism. Actually, even more and more every day, I really gravitate towards that lifestyle. Yet, I feel like a millionaire, like a rock star, and you can too. So when we think about wealth has many layers to it. The most common word, I think, or feeling that comes to mind is money when we're thinking about wealth, especially when you hear the online chatter of 6, 7, and 8-figure businesses. It's hard not to think about that when we're thinking about wealth. However, heart wealth has so much more value. And when we feel deep in our hearts that we lack for nothing, that we have all needs met and that everything will and is being provided for, it usually works out that way. It's pretty amazing the power of our thoughts. And just like the saying, everything happens for a reason, the same goes for this. It is not by chance or happenstance that our vibe attracts our tribe. You have heard this. And think about that for a minute. Think about that even when you think about your clients and your prospective clients and maybe some of the DMs that come into your inbox. What type of people are you attracting? What is your vibe attracting? Because this is some real good food for thought here. And to quote Proverbs, "For as he thinks in his heart, so is he." So what you think you become, and if you think happy, positive, and abundant thoughts, your physical reality will reflect that back to you. It is a universal law. It's a law. Isn't that amazing? By practicing gratitude, we can experience more of what we truly desire. I mean, we all have desires. We're in this human body. We have wants. We have needs. We have desires. And isn't it amazing that by cultivating a gratitude practice, we can experience more of what we truly desire? Here are a couple of interesting things. Did you know the word gratitude is derived from the Latin word gratia, which means grace or graciousness. Isn't that beautiful? Grace or graciousness. According to Harvard Health, and I quote, in positive psychology research, gratitude is strongly and consistently associated with greater happiness. Gratitude helps people feel more positive emotions, relish good experiences, improve their health, deal with adversity, and build strong relationships. I don't know about you, but yes, please, my hand is completely raised for all of those qualities. Feel more positive emotions, relish good experiences, improve health, deal with adversity, which Lord knows we can use some support with all the adversity that's been going on in our world, and build strong relationships. What a checklist. It's amazing. And especially with today's climate, even watching a snippet of news is enough to tank your energy. It's enough to tank mine. We need something that we can control, and we can control our thoughts. We need something that feels stable, and by consistently tending to our mental health, we can support our personal stability. We need something that's uplifting and can stimulate hope, and by cultivating gratitude and being thankful, we can achieve this. We need to feel connected despite masks and isolation and separation and regulations, right? Oh my goodness. Being grateful helps people connect to something larger than themselves. It gives us perspective and allows us to see the interconnectedness to other people, places, nature, and most importantly, our own divine source energy. If you're like me, you value love, acceptance, worthiness, and creating a positive impact. It starts with us. It starts with an internal commitment to attend to our attitude. And no one can do this for us. We can't take a pill. We can't slather on a potion and have this magically transform us. Of course, we are inspired and motivated by people, which my hope is that these podcasts provide a spark of energy and motivation for you. But in all honesty, for long-term, real, and profound change, we have to be the ones that do the work. We have to be the ones to truly have that stick with itness. And that's why I always say that we are client zero. We cannot teach what we have not personally experienced and be effective. We cannot kind of go through this and have any credibility at all if we're not walking the talk. We have to walk the walk, traverse the terrain, and then inspire others to do the same. And that is true leadership, and it begins with self-leadership. So I want you to take a moment, if you're not multitasking, maybe even grab a pen and paper to jot a few things down, because I think that this is going to bring in a lot of clarity. We know that clarity is power. And it's, I think, also going to inform maybe some new decisions, maybe some new morning habits for you. So we're going to go over 7 main categories of life. And when I list off each one, I want you to think about where you land on the scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being stellar. You're rocking it, right? And it's interesting. I recently had a discovery call, and in my pre-form, I have a scale of 1 to 10 question in there. And the person wrote back, I really don't like scales of 1 to 10. It leaves so much gray area. And I agree, just like there's more than 7 main categories of our life, but this is just giving us a litmus test. It's giving us a reference, a point of view, something contextual so we can kind of gravitate towards a learning lesson from it. So play with me here. I want you to take a moment and think about these 7 main categories of your life. Again, when I list off each one, I want you to think about where you land on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being stellar. You are rocking it. All right, money. Do you feel rich in this category? Do you have your financial needs met? Health. Is your well-being balanced? Do you wake up with energy? Happiness. Are you happy? And when was the last time you experienced bliss? Career. Do you feel on purpose? Are you working in your zone of genius? Home. Do you feel like you have a safe place to land? Do your surroundings spark joy? Relationships. Are you connected? Do you feel heard? Do you listen? And spirituality. How is your faith? Do you feel like your higher power has a master plan for your life? This episode is brought to you by Know Thyself and Lead, my free mini training that unlocks the top 3 secrets that you need to joyfully thrive. You'll learn the #1 way to fuel action so that you're never stuck or procrastinating again. You'll crack the code and unveil your specific aligned purpose for more flow and ease. And you'll discover the way to propel you further, faster. You can binge watch all 3 trainings at once or at your leisure. Either way, you'll want to sign up and dive right in. Access Know Thyself and Lead at kcrossi.com/lead. That's kcrossi.com/lead. Now, please enjoy the show. Now, if you're driving or working out when you're listening to this, I invite you to make a mental note to go back through and replay this section or even take a look at the transcript, and that's going to be in the show notes. And jot down some of these questions, jot down your answers, maybe even brainstorm other answers, because a lot of my questions were yes, no. And I would much rather even see you journal these out with open-ended questions so you can have a longer dialogue. You can even make this an hour journaling session. I invite you to do so. I think journaling out your responses in this way will provide immense clarity. Which areas are full, rich, abundant, and towards the higher end of the 1 to 10 scale? If there is a lack in a certain domain, how can you show gratitude and cultivate more thankfulness in that area on a consistent basis? Universal law says to receive, you have to give. But give can be in thought and feeling, and I think many times we think it has to be in deed. Especially in the old paradigm where we have to work hard and grind to succeed. What if it could be easier? Feel to receive. Give thanks and receive more. Rhonda Byrne, the author of The Magic, goes into detail on this subject. She has a practice of writing out the 10 things that you feel blessed for. And then she also wants you to add why you feel blessed for it every single morning. She also suggests saying thank you 3 times following each of the blessings. And I'm actually going to just read this. I have her book right with me, and I'm just going to read this passage. Writing thank you 3 times in a row is a powerful thing to do because it prevents you from throwing the words away and increases your focus of gratitude. Saying thank you 3 times is also a magic formula because it is the mathematical number of all new creation in the universe. For example, it takes 1 male and 1 female to create a baby. The male, female, and baby total 3, completing a new creation. The same rule of 3 applies to the creation of everything in the universe, including the creation of your desires. So when you say thank you 3 times in a row, you are using the magic number of creation and a secret magic formula. I love that. And I encourage you to read her book if this is resonating with you. She's got amazing practices. I think it's for 30 days. She gives you a prompt every single day. But that consistent one stays with each of the day's prompts. So you're always going to be writing out the 10 things you feel blessed for and why every single day. And then she'll add on another one if you choose to do that practice. But here's the cool thing. This is simple, straightforward, and free to execute. Does it take a few minutes of concentrated effort? It does. Does it require discipline? It absolutely does. But is being happier, healthier, and wealthier worth it? Hell yes, it absolutely is. So one of the things I want to say is, if you choose to do this practice, which I highly encourage it, remember to amplify your feeling state when you're going through the exercise if you choose to do it. Because staying in our heads and running through it quickly so we can check it off our list, it won't have the same effects. And I've actually had times in my life where I have just run through my morning routine in a very taskmaster mindset and then realized, why am I not getting the results? I'm doing all the things, right? I'm doing all the things and I'm not seeing it. And so there is this level of acceptance and patience that is also required, where you can just get grounded in your own core and remember that energy and feelings bring about a physical state. So if you want amazing results, we have to put in amazing effort. It isn't something we can rush. We can't rush the process and we can't rush the practice. It's truly as easy as that. I am so excited to bring you these energy pieces. I have been strongly focused on business for so many years that it's really cool. It's a cool addition to incorporate aspects of mindset, energy, and spirituality. And it's truly now the 3 pillars of my soul print coaching, because over 30 years of being an entrepreneur, I see how crucial these pillars are and how they completely make a difference complementing business strategy. We don't throw away the business strategy, but we need that foundation. We need the foundation of our holistic alignment, because when you are in alignment, things flow with ease. And when we allow things to flow with ease, we are having way more fun. And as a result, people are attracted to us. Because do you think people are really attracted to your organized, automated funnel? I mean, it's almost like laughable. I mean, maybe to some extent if it's done really well, but think about yourself. Who are you drawn to? Why are you drawn to them? More often than not, you see something in them that you desire for yourself. And that may be confidence, clarity, power, doesn't matter. Fill in the blank. How do you think they obtain those qualities? Let me tell you, they have a dialed in, holistic philosophy. That is a great place to start, beginning with a gratitude practice. Try it on for yourself. Put your whole heart into it and be open to seeing things change for the better and flow. You will soon be feeling like a rock star in your life, and I guarantee you that other people will notice and ask what's up. As always, you can share your thoughts, learnings, wins, challenges. Share it all in the Women Developing Brilliance, the Spirit of Business Facebook group. I'll drop the link in the show notes, and feel free to use the hashtag #GratitudeAttitude so we can easily see all of your inspiring posts. To your abundance in all aspects of your life, and until next week, breathe joy. Hey there, friends. I hope you experienced a perspective shift in today's episode and/or a spark of inspiration. If you're enjoying the Women Developing Brilliance podcast, I'd love to hear from you. Please head over to lovethepodcast.com/brilliance to leave feedback. It makes a difference and it means a lot to me. So Irene, 1511 from the US, gave it 5 stars and said, "Great info across different genres. Casey has a way of pulling out great nuggets of insight as she highlights women business owners of various niches and areas of expertise. The conversations are inspiring, informative, interesting, and relatable. I love listening to each episode." Thank you so much, Irene. I really appreciate you taking the time to give me feedback. And if you want to give some feedback, head over to lovethepodcast.com/brilliance. Thank you.